speaking of Gigolo, that featured R. Kelly.
Yes, it did.
And R. Kelly, before all the Hollywood accusations came out, R. Kelly was going through the ringer.
R. Kelly since born to the 90s days. And it's funny because I've gotten in plenty of trouble. I ain't in trouble because I don't really give a fuck. But people have came at me constantly for not disowning R. Kelly or making light of the situation.
How close are you guys?
Close enough. I respect R. Kelly as an artist tremendously.
Yeah, he's incredible.
I consider him a genius.
Yep.
I ain't talked to R. Kelly in years, but the last time, like I'm the type of person when somebody is down and they need help, I don't run the other way. I'm called like, dog, you good? You check? I know you might have done some fuck shit. I'm just calling and checking on your human right now. Like, and I've made those calls to him and say, like, if you need something, you need a prayer partner, you need somebody to help you get through this and meditate. I feel like I'm that guy. I never turn my back on nobody. I'm a solid individual. I don't care. And I'm gonna tell you how I came up with that concept, man. Like, I got family members, people that are near and dear to me, that have created some, and been a part of some heinous crimes, and my mind, like, when your brother, your uncle, your father, or any of those people have done something, do you turn your back on them? If your pops murdered somebody out of cold blood, your pops did something that, and they served their time or whatever it is, is that no longer your father? Is that no longer your uncle? If your uncle touched your cousin, how do you deal with that? This was my favorite uncle, but he fucked around and did something with my cousin?
Yeah, I don't think it'd be cool with my uncle after that.
That's your uncle, dog. That's the dog who he said he rocking with you.
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna answer the question.
Can't rock with the child molesters.
We're not homies anymore. No, because you know what that's a sickness. That's a spirit.
Is it?
100%.
Is it? Or is it just sexual repression?
Even that, I believe that's a spirit. I believe perversion.
Are you just not? You know what I'm saying? Are you just not getting women your own age or of legal age?
Because I would do. Are we talking about? Sometimes it's little boys. And if we want to go into Hollywood and all that stuff.
Well, once again, sexual repression in the Catholic
Church. And that's what I choose to believe and how I believe that universe works. I believe there's dark spirits that come over people, and I think you could get that shit out of them.
Some people are into little kids. I think the bigger problem is that, I think a lot of men, are just sexually repressed and end up getting at kids because they're easy. You know what I'm saying? Which is really fucked up and weak.
And that may be the R. Kelly syndrome of it all. Like, it's you don't have, again, women are gods and they're so sophisticated that they ain't gonna put up with some bullshit. So you might be able to. A woman who looks sophisticated but she's younger, she's gonna be easy for you to pop at than a grown ass woman who done been through some bullshit. So
an 18-year-old always gonna be more impressed with you than a 30-year-old that's been around the block a few times.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It just
but then it's like, where does that age lie too? Because right now to this day, a 16-year-old in Georgia, that's you can marry a 16-year-old. To me, that's still too damn young.
Yeah, the South has some fucked up rules.
You know what I mean? Like, you can marry my 16-year-old daughter?
Yeah.
No, nigga, we got problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
real talk.
That's real talk. But that's the legal age of consent down there. So it's like, first of all, we got to look at our government. We got to look at beyond our government. We got to look at the history and the lineage that we built. When you go back to Greek times, Roman times, much as I love African culture, there's time, they passing daughters off at 12, 13 years old. Like, the whole world is built on sexism. And it's a way bigger problem than racism.
Well, I've always wondered, what's really the difference between R. Kelly and Hugh Hefner?
R. Kelly, Hugh Hefner, Jerry Lee Lewis,
who have these houses filled with women.
That's what I always
who are down to be there. I don't feel like R. Kelly tied up any of these girls and forced them, in his basement. Like, I just don't get that impression. It's R. fucking Kelly.
I think this, and you're tapping into something that's really important. It's the idea of fame.
Yeah.
So-called prosperity, superficial prosperity. When you see a man who has power and money and can give you anything you want, you are going to be drawn to him, and you're like, even less like, as much as I love Marvin Gaye, when you get down into the stories that, you know, the real stories about individuals like him and the age of his wife and the sexual repression that was going on in his story.
How old was his wife?
His wife was
Young.
They say 16, but that, you know what I mean? But it might have been younger. You know what I mean? Like, when you do the research but again, this is a man who wrote Sexual Healing and Let's Get It On. And like these figures over the time, James Brown, the people that we look up to, is like, there's no difference. Like, are you going to come at Bill Cosby and he met half of these chicks at the Playboy Mansion, but nobody mentions Hugh Hefner?
Yeah.
Like, and this is what this man is farming young girls. Like, letting them, growing them, shaping them, getting them, but we don't come at him.
Yeah.
And he's built an industry off of it.